What's poppin', yo? Coi Leray just couldn't manage to keep the W moving because recently she came out and jumped out at something for, I wouldn't say no reason, but it was an impulsive decision. So Lotto recently released a song that she had originally premiered at Coachella called Put It On the Floor. This song takes shots at Nicki Minaj and is really just kind of an aggressive track. I think the song is pretty solid. I like the way she came on the track, but in the track she says, "Smoking on that gas, blunt big as Coil Array." And Coil Array immediately thought this was a diss. I don't know why, but Coil Array would go on to say, "These chicks want to be like the dude so bad. Y'all want to have rap beef so bad. Little Miss Pressure. Anybody that talk about my body wants my body. Like real bad. Lotto bye. Snoozing emoji. Here you go talking about my body. Please do not come on here and talk about nobody body. LOL, like seriously. Out of all things. LMAO, you blunt my size, question mark? LMAO, this stuff is never ending." What the Oh man. The funny thing about this is, and people were pointing this out, Coil Array has a song called Big Purr. Coil Array also has a song called Big with Lil Got It. And she would rap the following on the song with a chorus that is her just saying, "Bitch, I'm big, 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 big. Bitch, I'm big, 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 big," throughout the whole chorus of the entire song. So I'm pretty sure that's what Lotto's reference was towards. Lotto didn't really say much. Nothing really happened. What Lotto should be concerned about is Nicki Minaj not saying anything. Coil Array went on to say the following again on Twitter. "There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. Y'all don't be knowing the half of the stuff that goes on in this thing," which is absolutely true. But we just talk about what we do know. "But the main goal is icon stuff. If it don't make me rich or better person, stay away." That's an audacious goal. I hope Coil Array can achieve it. Now, do I think it's likely? I don't think so. And then she says, "Maybe I overreacted, I don't know. End of the day, don't say my name for clicks and likes, especially if we don't speak or communicate. I'm not a big blunt, small blunt. Don't compare me to nada. Mention chicks you actually beef with. Put it on the floor, but leave me out of the BS." I mean, she's not even really dissing. Basically, she's asking not to be mentioned at all, which, I mean, you can ask for it, but this is the rap game. I think this issue is pervasive because Coil Array can't compete. I mean, Coil Array, if she had to come back with a track aimed at anybody that came at her, she's better off. We saw her double XL freestyle. That's all we have to say. She's just going to start twerking at the end of it after spitting maybe 2 bars that are not even elementary. They're like some retard bars. Lotto would go on to clear everything up in Coachella, saying, "Hey, Coi, by the way, I love your body, baby," to the crowd at Coachella. And then Coil Array would respond on Twitter saying, "It was the diss record with my name on it that confused me. Much love to Lotto, appreciate the compliment." So now she went from thinking she got dissed, which is understandable. She probably doesn't know her discography, or she just interpreted it as a diss, which I can see happening. It's especially how many people talk about the way Coil Array's appearance is and her body and all that. There's a logical reason for her to react in that way emotionally. However, how are you going to say, "Oh, appreciate the compliment," when you said, "Don't compare me to anything and don't speak on me"? And this is the problem with jumping to things too quickly, and also the problem with artists even having access to their social media. I've said this so many times. Coil Array clearly reacted to this too quickly. And now, when she had to save face because she kind of looked dumb when people were saying, "Yo, she's not even dissing you. Why are you so upset?" She has to go on and say, "Oh, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And, just don't mention me. I'd appreciate it if you don't mention me." Because she's not going to come out and say, "Hey, guys, I overreacted. That was dumb of me. I should think before I speak." Come on. Accountability from an artist? Let's be real here. That's not going to happen. But prevention is the best medicine. And this is why I don't believe, let's take their rights away. I don't believe artists should be allowed to even use their social media. And hear me out here. Do you guys remember, I don't know if everybody learned this in school, but they had this assignment or experiment that you had to do where they were saying, "Hey, if you're really angry at somebody and you have animosity towards them, type something out or write a letter or write an email, but don't send it. And sit on it and wait until the next day and see if you feel the same way and read it and see if you want to send that." And the majority of the time, the answer is no. You probably looked it over and said, "Whoa, That's kind of crazy. I was tweaking for a little bit, especially when you involve drugs and drinking into the equation, where a lot of these artists are in that state. I'm not saying Coil Array was in that state. I'm not accusing her of any of that, but that's what happens the majority of the time. Like if you ask Meek Mill, yo, Meek Mill, well, Meek Mill's tweet history is something to marvel at. I don't think we've ever seen a rapper just tweet in such a way that you're like, I can't believe someone really decided to put that on the internet. But ignoring Meek Mill, the majority, Coi Leray, I guarantee she probably regretted putting this out. How could this be prevented? Well, if Coi Leray was locked out of her social media and she could just view it, like she couldn't comment on anything, she couldn't read any of the comments, none of that. She would just get reports. Hey, this is what's going on, Coi Leray. And I say this for all the other artists too, not just her. Because we're not equipped. Nobody is equipped to get this much criticism, comments, ideas, etc. from this amount of people on such a frequent basis. Nobody is equipped for that. I don't care about, somebody can handle it. No, nobody's meant or even grew up or historically any of that to get this much scrutiny, especially very popular artists. They get destroyed the most because people are just looking to accumulate clout points. So they're not even doing it maliciously, but they're saying, yo, what can I say that's going to give me a bunch of likes on this post? So it's usually clowning someone, and then they clown someone and they get a bunch of likes. Maybe they didn't mean it maliciously, but the person reads this and they're like, damn, is this true? So many people liked it. Now they're self-conscious about their music or their career status or whatever the case may be. So if Coi Leray had seen the comments, well, she wouldn't have even seen them. But if news got back to her that, somebody dissed you, she sends out the message and it goes to somebody on her team and they probably read the message and they're like, yo, Coi Leray, this is a dumb thing to say. We're not sending this out. Or tell her, hey, we don't think you should send this out. Look it over. Wait until tomorrow. See if you feel the same way. Now, if she waited another day, she would have got full context and understood it wasn't a diss. Or reached out to somebody on Lotto's team and figured it out. Now, the time when it shouldn't be misinterpreted and you should go all offense is if you're a rapper that can hang. Coi Leray cannot hang in conflict. I'm speaking musically, like if there were beefs, if there were tracks thrown back and forth, when Coi Leray's gonna on a track, like come on, and diss somebody, she probably might be a little bit more aggressive with it. Coi Leray is sticking to trying to continue her streak and making hits, which is where her focus should lie. But we need to get to this point where artists aren't allowed their social media. Everybody wins. Their management and PR team has to do less back-end work, which is cleaning up the mess. The artist doesn't see a lot of things that can damage their mental. And I'm not saying they have fragile mentals. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't. The majority of people wouldn't even be able to handle a day with the amount of comments these people get. Some people get a somewhat viral tweet and just private their account because they're like, whoa, I'm just getting so much. And then the problem is how much false stuff gets talked about. And then maybe you can't even set the record straight because it would expose somebody or something. So I think that's where the real frustration comes with these artists, is that there's something that you don't know or we don't know, and then we make a statement and they're like, damn, that statement is so wrong, but people are believing it even though it's wrong, and I can't correct it for whatever reason. That's something I can understand someone being upset with. But yeah, we got to get down with that. Artists, no more social media for you guys. You just got to get reports. Kind of like the CEO comes into the company, he's like, yo, what's the financial report today? You guys show up and say, hey, team, what's the social report today? What's the heat check? What's it looking like? And they tell you, hey, man, you're looking a little cold today. People are clowning you on social media, but it's all right. And you just hear it from one person as opposed to reading 1,000 comments. Everybody wins this game. But let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Am I tweaking, or could Coi Leray actually spit some bars in a diss battle? Nah, that's not the actual question. The question is, do you guys think the Lotto track was good if you've checked it out? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.